I own several companies, 5 to be exact. My day job is running a PR and marketing firm. It's how I make an actual living, how I feed the kids and pay the mortgage. I also run a startup showcase in Boston. 12 years, 1,500 products, more than $4 billion in funding. And maybe many of you know me for Innovation Women. It's an online speaker bureau designed to connect event managers and awesome speakers who just happen to be women. We help women get on stage at conferences and events, and these speaking opportunities can help drive business, grow careers, get startups funded, help women secure board seats. Public speaking can make a huge difference in how people see you. Do they see you as a thought leader, a visionary, as an expert? Oh, yeah, there's 2 more companies. I bought 2 other companies over the pandemic, so again, 5 companies total. All right, let's go back to my hermit moment. Now, again, my day job is running a PR firm. I've worked in public relations since the 1980s. Please don't do the math. I was the head of global PR for not 1, but 2 publicly held billion-dollar technology companies. I've been a senior executive at multiple PR firms, and now I run my own agency, which I founded more than a dozen years ago. But my I give up and I'm gonna go and live in the woods and eat pine cones moment was listening to a startup founder tell me all about his previous year's exhaustive and futile search for a PR agency for his company. Wait, you do PR? Yes. Yes, I do PR. Now, I realize I own 5 different companies. I guess it's understandable why someone who's known me for a decade might not know that one of them is a PR firm. I've moved on. Let's talk about storytelling and public speaking and how it drives new business, maybe for you. Public speaking is marketing. Every time you get on stage and share your story in front of a relevant, dare we say, target audience, you are connecting with potential customers. Sign up to speak at a conference, and your name and your company name is included in all the event marketing, on the event website, in social media, email marketing. You're included in the program. You've got your name on the sign by the door when people walk in the room. A speaking opportunity can be the first step in a sales and marketing funnel. This funnel represents the steps that a prospect would take to become your customer. So the first step is awareness. I know who you are. The second step is consideration or interest. You need to capture their attention and make a connection. You need to make that connection and be memorable for the right thing. One thing attracts and accomplishes all of these goals: storytelling. Tell me a story, and I am far more likely to remember it and you and what you do. Make it humorous, and it's even better. Make it relevant to me and my needs, and you have a winner. And it's a way to drive potential business from your speaking engagements. Now, here's where I throw in a curveball. Most professional conferences and events have rules against selling from the stage or presenting a sales pitch. They have a word for people who do this, and it's called sponsor. Someone who pays for the opportunity to sell to the conference's attendees. So, if you're looking to turn your best stories into business and use public speaking to drive business, you need to be subtle. Number 1, offer your audience real value, education, inform them with your presentation. Number 2, don't hold back. Too many salesy speakers make grand promises. They're vowing transformation and fabulous results. but they leave the audience hanging when it comes to the real meat, the real goods. Wahaha, I'm going to force them to buy my book or my class or my product. That really doesn't work. All it does is make the audience resentful and angry. Now, I want you to number three, bring your passion and your excitement for the topic. An exciting speaker is a memorable and engaging speaker. And most of all, number four, tell them stories. Dry facts engage nobody. Let me give you another example by telling you another story. In February 2020, I did public relations for passengers on the Diamond Princess. That's right. That was the cruise ship that became the second largest hotspot for COVID outside of Wuhan, China. My clients, the passengers on the ship, their goal was to make so much noise in the media that the US government would have no choice but to come and get them. And in the end, it worked. We placed more than 3,000 stories in the global media over a 10-day period. Our client was doing 10 to 15 interviews a day via Skype and FaceTime with CNN and Wall Street Journal, Sky TV, New York Times, two stories in the Atlantic. It was round the clock. Well, for us, they were in Japan. And at the end, it accomplished its purpose. The US government sent two converted cargo jets to bring home the almost 400 US citizens who were on board the ship. We told a great story, and our client, a New York Times bestselling novelist and her documentary filmmaker husband, provided fabulous stories and video and sound bites. If you ever need fantastic spokespeople, look for people who know how to tell a story. And it certainly has turned the crank on our crisis communications business. It was the world's most important story for more than a week, and we were managing it. Now, every time I tell this story, someone out there is filing my name away for a day when they could potentially need a crisis communications public relations person. When they get into trouble and they need support, my name and my story comes to mind. Now, before I leave, I just want to leave you with a few additional points and things to think about. Number one, every time you are on stage, you are connecting not just with the people in the room, but also everyone they're connected with. Word of mouth and referrals make strong marketing magic. Make it easy for that audience to tell your story, to share it. Whether it's a phrase, a brand, a tagline, make it easy for them to be your mouthpiece. Try and focus. I'm living, breathing proof that too many topics, maybe too many companies, can spoil the brand, or too many expertises. Focus on one thing, on one message, and you'll find yourself going much farther. There are so many speaking opportunities out there, something for everyone. Millions and millions of opportunities. We call it the speaker's paradise. Look for opportunities to get on stage and connect with your best prospects. Tell them your story. Say yes to public speaking and all that it brings you. Thank you.